I don't understand this one. I don't understand this one. Seems like in the biggest moment of these games, man, somebody in this coaching staff messes something up, whether it's McCarthy in a dumb decision or Kellen Moore or McCarthy not overriding Kellen Moore. I mean, just to cut to the chase, they're down in overtime. You've run the ball down their throat. You're averaging like 7 yards a carry on that drive between Pollard and Davis. And third and four, you're on their side of the 50. So you're going to go for it on fourth down. You're not going to go for a long field goal and miss it. And now they have great field position. So I get going for it on fourth down. What I don't get is what are you doing on third down? Why are you passing the ball on third down? If you're going to go for it on fourth, pick up your guaranteed yards at least. If you don't pick up a first down on third, you're picking up somewhere between 1 and 3 yards. All right, so that makes it at worst fourth and three. When have they stopped you for a zero gain or a short gain all game? It hardly happened all game. Both backs had a really, really good day. And in the most important moment, you're going to pass the ball back to back on third down and fourth down. It makes no sense. It's basic logic. It's about as basic as it gets, man. Like, this is Pop Warner stuff. If you're going to go for it on fourth down and it's 4th and 4, it's one thing if it's like 4th and 10 and you want to try and, third and 10, you want to try and throw the balls to make it a shorter fourth down. It's 3rd and 4. Run the ball. You're probably going to pick up the first down if you do. And if you don't, you've gained probably somewhere between 1 and 3 yards, making it fourth and even shorter. And now you can either run or pass. Maybe a quick boot with Dak if you want to throw it at that point. But like, what are you doing on third down to throw the ball? Why would you make that decision to do that? It's a horrible decision. Terrible decision. And yeah, the refs, I mean, maybe they miss a pass interference there. I don't like my refs that call pass interference super tight. So, I mean, if that's Dallas, I probably gets called all day, to be honest. But, I'm not going to complain about that call, not that flag not being thrown. I'm much more upset about the decision to throw it there instead of running the ball. I mean, and you've got two backs that have just dominated basically the whole game. And every time you decide to throw the ball, something bad happens, it seems like. Overall, Dak had an okay night. He had some good passes, made a couple mistakes, but you know, the best part of your offense is Tony Pollard right now. Give him the ball in the most important situations. What are you doing? It's simple, guys. This is basic. It's as basic as it gets. And let's go ahead and talk about the defense while we're at it. It's easy to beat this defense. This isn't an elite defense like we thought it was. The formula's out there. It's simple. It's about as simple as it gets. Just like running the ball on third and 4 in overtime when you're dominating the run game. It's about as simple as that. If you want to beat Dallas and you want to beat their defense, don't throw the ball. Run the ball. Run. And then once they stop you, run short to medium crossers to beat their man coverage. Just run away from their guys because all they do is play man. How do you beat man coverage? Run crossing routes, run short digs, run. If you want to run a little deeper, you can run some posts. Just run crossers all day. Their DBs can't keep up with them. I mean, even Trayvon Diggs, who I think is a top tier cornerback, you put him on man. I mean, covering a guy crossing the field, running full speed and man coverage is next to impossible to do at this level. It's so difficult, especially when the other team is running the ball so effectively that you've got no help. You're on an island essentially. And Dallas hasn't adjusted. They even had a bye week to adjust. They've gotten smoked on the ground, and they've let up 200 yards this season, maybe multiple times. I can't remember the exact yardage, but they've gotten killed on the ground for like 3 weeks in a row now. And what are they doing about it? They picked up the DT, and I mean, hasn't really done much to help because they're still getting smoked on the ground. I mean, Green Bay's offense is trash this year. Their offense is absolutely trash. Yeah, it's Aaron Rodgers, but he's played like garbage this year. Played horrible. And they've got no receivers. Absolutely no receivers. And yeah, here's some no-name kid I've never even heard of running crossing routes, picking up these huge gains. And, like, of course, leave it to Dallas to make somebody famous on the opposing team. What are we doing, guys? And I don't know how we fix the ground game. I don't know how we fix our ability to stop the rush. Like, what do we do? You can't trade at this point. Trade deadline's gone. What free agents are out there? I have no idea. I mean, if anybody was good, they'd be picked up by now. What do you do to stop that without overcommitting to, leaving your guys on an island in the secondary? This Dallas team is doomed, man. if they make the playoffs, they're doomed. All the teams. Let's think about the teams that are going to be in the playoffs. Eagles can run the ball. Giants. Listen, I don't think the Giants are great, but Giants can run the ball. All right. I think we'll probably end up beating the Giants again later this year, but they're a team that can run the ball. And if you want to beat Dallas, run the ball. So you got the Eagles, you got the Giants, you got the Vikings on the ball. Oh, and they probably have the best receiver in the NFL as well right now. So yeah, that's looking great. Like, let's get real, guys. Dallas, I don't want to be over dramatic after a loss because you got to consider all things. But this defense is not as good as we thought it was. It kept them afloat in the beginning of the year before teams had the formula to beat them. Formulas out there, and I hate talking about formulas because every team matches up differently. But if you truly want to beat this Dallas team and beat their defense, run the ball. That simple. And they can't stop anybody. And then, you leave up to the coaches to make poor decisions in crucial moments. I mean, look at what they're doing, and could have been disaster. Fourth quarter, they're got the ball back with like no time left, and they're out here running plays with like 11 seconds left in the game. What didn't matter, but what are they doing? Like, just take a knee and go into overtime. Like, it's stupid stuff like that backfires. They make no sense with their logic at times. So what do we learn from this game? Defense isn't as good as we thought it was. I mean, it's several weeks in a row now, so it's pretty much confirmed this defense is maybe, I would probably say, an above average defense. They're not elite. They're not a top tier defense. Their pass rush, I would say, is elite when Parsons is healthy, but something's wrong with him. I don't know if it's a groin or he keeps grabbing at that, that area, his somewhere with his legs. Something's wrong with him right now. He's not healthy. I don't know what's up with him. But, when he's healthy, I would say their pass rush is elite. I would say Trayvon Diggs is borderline elite. But, if they can't stop the run, they're not going to get to rush the passer. What team is going to, drop back and let you rush them over and over and over and over and over? Nobody's going to do that. They're just going to run the ball at you. And then they're going to go to play action, and they're going to run quick passes, just like the Eagles did. When we played the Eagles, it was, I don't think they threw the ball maybe once past 10 yards, according to the passing chart. They had one pass play beyond 10 yards because they know they got to negate that pass rush. That's the only thing that Dallas does really, really, really well in defense. And again, if you can't stop the run, you're doomed. So what do we learn? Dallas defense is not great. They're maybe okay to above average. Offense can be good if they stick to the ground game. You can't have Dak throwing the ball 40 times. Every time Dak throws the ball 40 plus times, it's bad news. He's going to make mistakes because he's not that guy. He's not an Aaron Rodgers in his prime. He's not, Patrick Mahomes throwing the ball 60 times in a game. Like, Dak's not that guy. He needs the ground game to help offset some of his shortcomings in the pass game. It just is what it is. I think he's a really good quarterback, but he's not the guy that's going to take over the game and win it. The magic number him is somewhere between 25 and 30 attempts a game. And I said it on Twitter. I said it to my buddies during the game. Dak's going to get to 40 passes, and it's going to be bad news. 40 attempts is not a good number for Dak. And, I said, we got to keep the ball on the ground. Whether it's Davis or Pollard, they're both killing the defense. Keep handing them the ball until they stop them. That's what it comes down to is Kellen Moore likes to get cute. He likes to take what's working and stop doing it. And when are we going to run a screen pass, by the way, to a true screen pass to a back out of the backfield? Have they done that this year at all? It's wide receiver screens, tight end screens. I don't think I've seen Dallas run a screen pass to Tony Pollard coming out of the backfield this year. He had the one this game out in the flat as a receiver, but I'd love to see some traditional screens with this team. It's an athletic offensive line, and Tony Pollard's a fast dude. Just his potential on screens is his skill set is screaming for screen passes, and they refuse to do it. But this offense can be good if they stick to what is good, what works for them. But Kellen Moore is a Boise State guy. In his heart, he wants to throw the ball, and that's what he's going to do. When push comes to shove and he's up against the wall, he's going to resort to whatever he knows best, and he's a passer, what he is. And so I don't expect that to change. It's been the same way since he's been the OC, and we've been crying about it ever since. So it always seems to get away from the run in the most important, crucial situations when it makes the most sense. And McCarthy's guilty too. McCarthy's got the headset on. He can override whatever Moore's doing. He should tell him, listen, we're going to go for it on fourth down here. I'm the decision maker. We're going to go for it on fourth down. What we're going to do is run the ball in third. Run it up the gut. No tosses, no stupid stuff like that. It's going to potentially lose yards. Run it up the gut. Or maybe even if you want to run it off tackle, that's fine. But, just run the ball, pick up a yard or two, maybe even a first down, who knows? But pick it up, and we plan to go for it on fourth down. But let's get the guaranteed yards and see what we want to do at that point, if we need to throw it or run it. Like McCarthy's got to step up too and do what he needs to do his job, make the correct calls. So, yeah, learn the defense is not great. Learn the offense is okay, can be good if stuff goes right. And the special teams is still pretty good. Special teams, I have a lot of confidence in. It's a shame that Turpin didn't do more tonight. I thought he'd be a bigger factor in tonight's game with, playing in cold weather, balls a little harder to kick. He definitely had ample opportunities. That one play was weird on that one kick return where he kind of let it bounce in the end zone. Not sure why he wouldn't have taken that opportunity to field it and return it. But they made that one play. They planted the ball in their own territory close to the end zone and came up with a fumble recovery on that punt. So, Maher's looking good this season. So special teams I have confidence in, but you just don't know what you're going to get with this offense week to week and on a weekly basis, a drive by drive basis. I mean, you could have 10 yards per carry, and Kellen Moore is like, no, it's 2nd and 4. They're going to expect a run play. Let's go ahead and run play action and take a sack, or have an incomplete pass. Now it's 3rd and 4. Just run the ball until the other team can stop it. It's as simple as that. But it's what teams have done that to us all year. The last 3-4 games, they just line up and run the ball. They'll run 10, 12 plays in a row. I mean, shoot, the Eagles did that. I think they ran the ball 11 plays in a row to end that game, and we couldn't stop them. Like, just line up and do what works until the other team stops you. It's not difficult. Like, I'm not an OC. I'm not a genius, but I can see that. Anybody can see that. Just do what works and don't stop until the other team can stop it. It really is that simple. Come on, guys. So, yeah. Anyway, rant over. I'm disappointed, and if I'm being honest, I'm hopeful, but I really don't expect this team to go far if they get in the playoffs. I think this loss against Green Bay is going to come back to bite them in the seeding for the playoffs. May even potentially cost them a seat in the playoffs when push comes to shove for the tiebreakers. And we'll see what happens, but I try to keep my hopes in check. But we'll see. All right, guys. Thanks.